What's up, everyone? I know it's been a while since I made a video, but back at it. I was actually, again, like always, waiting on parts, setting the preload on the differential. And what that is it's the, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's measured in thousandths of an inch, and the settings for the for this rear end is 0.007 to 0.0010 or 0.010, 0.010, I guess I could say. But you have to have a special gauge for that, and I was able to get one. You can get them at Harbor Freight for maybe like 30 bucks, I think. And a clamp. Anyway, you put it up on the tooth of the ring gear, and you measure just the amount of space, that free play that it has before it engages on the pinion gear. So I did that. Make sure everything was set up perfectly. And also, the rear end that I used was not the G80 rear end that you saw me install in the previous video. It actually, I just went ahead and I was out at the salvage yard, and they had a Camaro there. So I looked at the RPO code. You can find them usually in the glove box, or on the driver's side door. There's a sticker with just a bunch of these 3-digit numbers and letters, and but they actually mean something. And if you can find a G80 on that code, that means it has some type of limited slip available. It has the this one had the Auburn differential in it, limited slip differential, and so I pulled that one out, and the lady actually only charged me for a pinion gear, which is 40 bucks. So I got the whole differential carrier for $40. Tell her what it was, and she just says, she was like, "No, I think this is it right here, the pinion gear." So 40 bucks, it's fine with me. I think it would have been like 75 or 80 bucks, otherwise. But so we got that. There's a picture of it. I'll put a picture of it if I haven't already, but here it is. Let's see, what else? We got that set up. Got the GTS sway bar, roll bar for the rear end. Got that ready to install. It's over here in my paint area. You'll see that in a second. It's not really an area, but it's kind of a little nook, I guess. And I got the wheels, and I got a mystery box here that I want to show you guys. Actually, this is an unboxing real quick. I haven't opened it yet, so let's go ahead and get to that. Alright, here it is. Most of you, a lot of you guys might know what this is already. I've got my address on there, but it's from Nanjing, Jiangsu, China, wherever that is. But yeah, it's just a let's open it up real quick here. Nothing to get too excited about, but I have been waiting a while for it. Good packaging there. That's all right. Car parts. So. Box is empty, and if you can see, it's a handbrake. Handbrake for the 8.6. Nothing too spectacular. This is actually just a cheap old one that I bought off of using eBay as the mediary. I hate when people say it's an eBay product, because eBay doesn't actually make anything. They don't manufacture or distribute. They just are the middlemen. The distributors are who we get these parts from. So anyway, it looks all right. This is the first time I've seen it too. So a little cylinder back here. I heard these sizes are all jacked up. There's some crazy size that is very difficult to find, or not typically used in the US. So hopefully this one isn't. It looks all right. Let me we'll find out. But anyways, there you have it there. I think this was $42 shipped. So I was gonna see if I could maybe utilize the factory handle, and just use the clips, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. It doesn't look like I would be able to. But there's that. All right, now we're gonna go over here, look at the wheels that I got. These are just they're by Vision. They're just some cheap rims that I got to kind of hold me over, I guess, but I don't know. I kind of like them. There they are. Just some old Steelies. What are they? 8-hole, round, soft. They're called like soft 8 rims. I had to get these because since I changed my rear end to a GM rear end, the bolt pattern is different. So I had to get different rims to fit that bolt pattern, and I didn't want to do any like adapters or anything like that. Not if I didn't have to. But here's what they look like. They're 15x7 with a -6 offset, and here it is installed. Kind of. Don't have any tires on them yet, obviously, so, or on any of them. But here it is installed. No clearance issues. Got plenty of space for the brake caliper. It's a shame you can't see the brake caliper because it's nice, but I might get something different later on. You can see it actually is, if I put a straight edge on the wheel, the face of the wheel, and it goes right to the inside of that fender line right there. Pardon my. It goes right to the inside of that fender, and so the tires I'm going to get, I'd like kind of something that not stretched, but I like the to have it a little bit of bulge out here, just a little bit, and so I might have to roll my fenders just to give me about a 3/4 inch more clearance, but we'll see. I'm looking at a 205 55 15s for that, so it's going to be close, but if I roll my fenders, I'll be all right. I'd like to not be able to, but I don't know. I think I like that. I like that look, kind of like stanced out. And I plan on lowering the car too later on. So now here's the GTS anti-sway bar. It's actually, I'm going with the GTS because the SR5 one is actually just a little bit thinner in diameter. and I had gotten that GTS sway bar from a bum deal that I ended up doing in Tennessee, but you know, at least I ended up with something. But here's the SR5 one. I'm not going to get it out and put it up next to it because I did that already yesterday, and it is in fact the GTS one is in fact just a little bit thicker, a little bit more beefier, so we'll go ahead and handle that now. Look at this inside there. Alright, here's the bar installed. No big deal, pretty easy, just 4 bolts. But I wanted to show you also with the GM rear end, it had a clearance issue right here on this side with the cover, so, and the bar. So as you can see, I took the grinder and just grinded down the cover. The lip, basically all it is that lip that sticks out around the perimeter. It's pretty close right here also. There's about, I don't know, maybe a, what is that, 3 or 4 millimeters when you, but this is with the suspension. All right, this is with the suspension loose or hanging all the way down. When the car is sitting on its weight, when the rear suspension is loaded, it's not quite as bad. The bar rotates a little bit to leave a little bit more room, and then if you were to hit bumps or whatever, it would actually increase more space. This side right here is close, but like I said, there's no issues here with that. So it is a little tight, but I think it'll be all right. I forgot to mention the drive shaft. I had to had one custom made for me, and let me see if I can get a shot of it here. All right, here's the drive shaft. It is a custom made. Straight. Let's see. This is just some packing dust on the cardboard, but I actually lined up really well. Really nice one-piece drive shaft there. Alright, here we are inside the car. Looking at the emergency brake, I'm going to see what I can do. Incorporating the cylinder here, master cylinder, off the aftermarket. I thought that the button, I thought there would be a functioning button here, but it's not. It's just this little lever whenever you want to release. So I'm not really a big fan of that, you know, and it just slides over like that. And that's how you disengage it. But you know, I want to have my car looking OEM and operating like that as much as I can. So you know, there's a console that goes over all this right here. So this deal right here is not going to work for me unless I make some kind of a lever to disengage that. But then, you know, getting it back in, if it falls up like that, it's going to be a pain. So I don't know. I might have to go with that if I can't figure out anything right here. But this is much more desirable to me, the factory mechanism here. So what I'm thinking of is with this, if I can disengage the clutch here, or the rod I should say, I'm sorry, the rod, and completely trash this handle, maybe even this bracket, or maybe all I'll end up needing is just the cylinder, or the master cylinder, and maybe the end of this mount here, and maybe see if I can incorporate it with this, because as long as I have this backwards motion with this, I could maybe drill a hole. Well, I can see already that's not going to work because this is going to be in the way, so maybe it needs to be higher. Might have to sit, the cylinder might sit at an angle with this top piece right here. Push back. I don't know. I guess we'll have to just take things apart and look at it and see what I can do. You remember here's the cylinder that was off of the emergency brake handle, and here's the bracket. It is now modified. I'm just going to use the back end piece here to mount the cylinder, and I plan on bending it back slightly to give me an angle, because here's how I'm going to mount it. I'm going to use my emergency brake handle, the factory, the OEM emergency brake handle, and here's how I'm going to, let me see, take this. I had to do some cutting in here too. I sure hated doing it, but that was the only way. Make a little access door there, and I'm gonna take this rod like this inside there. Now all I need to do is weld this bracket to that black bracket that bolts on to the center piece there. They'll have my master cylinder mounted, and you can see it has kind of an angle to it. Okay, here's the rod on the cylinder there, and that bolt. Now what I'm thinking about doing is actually welding that bolt to there's a inside the back end of the OEM handle, there's like a hollow spot, and I could weld that bolt right in there. And then there's enough play in that rod that allows me some angle there, so when I lift up on the lever, it'll push that rod back and engage the cylinder. So that's what I plan on doing. And I am going to have to get some adapters, some 90-degree adapters for the tops of these, so it'll clear the lid. See, it clears it now. Shut it. So make sure that those brake lines clear the lid, and then I'm going to route them to the front, forward this way, and through my little custom access door, and they're going to route down through where the factory cable goes down. Let me show you this. I had to be very careful, make sure that the pieces that it bolts to, like this one right up here, will be in its spot right about like this, because we don't want to. There's room for movement here, but when I weld the nut to this hollow spot right back in here, you know, I won't be able to really adjust with the rod. I have to get the angle just right to where there's a minimal amount of shaft movement on the angle. But it looks like I've held it up and tested it, and it looks like, and it actually does work. So it's pretty cool. I'm no engineer, but and this is definitely some backyard customization, if you will. But you know, you do what you got to do. So, but like I was saying, this piece right here, I just need to get it to mount to this bracket right there, like that. And there you have it. So there's this is pretty much junk right here, and that nice fancy aluminum handle is pretty much, I don't know what to use it for. Maybe I can use it like a whacker or something, you know. But basically I paid about $42 for a master cylinder and a little bracket. But that's how it goes.